chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, don't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope we're all well, hope we're all good. Happy Monday to everyone. Let me make sure I'm all systems go. You guys know the drill. Everything does look like it is working good here. And yes, let's get it. New week, big week, election week, and FOMC week. So let's see what we have in store for us here. Let's see what we have in store and take it like that, So Gonna start off here with showing you guys the calendar as always. And yeah, good morning to all. Appreciate you all saying good morning. And yeah, calendar is gonna be pretty hectic. Of course, tomorrow being the elections here, and then around Thursday here, so a little bit closer towards end of week. FOMC, you know, obviously can cause some disruption in the markets here. So overall, this is what we're looking at. And yeah, let's see what ends up happening. As for today, it is a JPY bank holiday, but we trade London session. Not too worried about a JPY bank holiday personally. We did have daylight saving time shift, so remember, if you do not have daylight savings like me, then New York is gonna be 1 hour later. Or in Mohammed, it's gonna be 1 hour later. Everything is gonna be 1 hour later. So that's only if you're not affected like me. Then New York will open 1 hour later. And the 4 hours should be fixed right now. So now you see the 4 hour candle should be aligned. There we go. So this candle closing in 3 hours 22 minutes instead of 2 hours and 22 minutes like it was last week here. So since we're on the charts now, let's go ahead and do the analysis for the week here. Start off with weekly time frame here. Weekly, obviously closing here a little bit of a doji candle, nothing too crazy here. But when we investigate the daily candles, still creating great support, potential for upside here. And nothing too worrying, right? Nothing too worrying. If we do want to create resistance to continue down, we do need that daily candle to close bearish. If not, this will flip and could potentially fill this wick and attempt to go higher. If we investigate more on the 4 hour time frame, we have a very nice higher low here on the 4 hour, and actually a valid setup too here just based off a 4 hour time frame. If this happened, yeah, this actually looks quite nice. If you just take it based off 4 hour, stop loss below the lows, target the highs. Actually pretty simple. Let's investigate and see what's actually happening on a lower time frame, because there might be some nasty resistances, but bias nevertheless is bullish. So I'm actually going to be looking for buys, you know, based on that bias being bullish here. So sells are going to make sense if we do start to break below 96 around. I'd say yeah, 96, 97, but we do have a 4 hour support, so 96 900 is where I'd expect sells to play if we start to close below there. If we're looking at 1 hour time frame, straight push up, no supports in terms of candles closing at resistance. We do have a major resistance here, so I expect that's where problems to occur. It's going to be somewhere around here. Let's see how this starts to look on a lower time frame. Let's see, 15 maybe is lower. Yeah, 15 slightly lower, so we keep this as a 1 hour, but realistically the 1 hour is where I'm looking at. There's 1 hour resistance, so I'm looking for it to tap that. Once it taps that, target has been met for the session in terms of lower time frames here, as that is where our clean candles end. So the next zone is going to be above that, but again, we would have had to have a pretty heavy push to get there. So ideally we get a 30-minute pullback right now. 30-minute pullback to get the buys here. 30-minute pullback to get the buys would be quite nice, to be honest. Would be quite nice. Retest something like this, fail here, come back, fake out, everyone takes sells below here, close back inside here, boom, we take buys back up. So that's going to be the setup I'm looking for. From here to here, we'll have to measure that right now. I don't think that's enough space. Yeah, 12 pips on close, on candle highs, 9 pips here. So let's start to drag some of my levels here. Make sure it's all accurate. Don't really need that. For R. For us, can bring some of these key levels higher. All right. So yeah, ideally we see some form of pullback here to give us entries. We just tapped 500 right now, so push back from here. That kind of setup that I draw is going to be the ideal setup for today. if we're looking for something. I don't think this is going to be enough up above here. You know, if we're looking this as target, we're very high in the range. We need the pullback. So let's go ahead and look at gold here. What is gold doing? Still continuing with this move down, basically. Like, this is a massive move down here. Looking at daily time frame here, start off weekly. I want to show you weekly closing with a long rejection candle, actually bearish depending on your broker here. So you check out your broker, you'll be able to see if it's bearish. It's not. Don't know why that didn't open. So now if we're looking at the daily time frame, we can see that daily time frame is still closing bearish here. I want to see how this all these candle looks like on my broker here with daily open here. So let's start off on gold here. Why is oh, it's on 50-minute. So daily close bearish here. Okay, weekly looks the same as how xauusd looks on my broker. 4-hour bullish, so a bit of mixed session. There we go. So yeah, mixed session here. I use xauusd and my weekly candle is bearish. Oh really? My weekly candle is bullish. But this is how it looks on my thing. But regardless, it's a rejection candle, right? So regardless if it's slightly bullish or bearish, rejection candle. It's a tough scenario here because we have a lot of supports below, right? We have a lot of supports below. This is a 4-hour support we're sitting at right now. Previous 4-hour close back inside of the range. By the way, gold on forex.com is correct now. Yes, that will be true, right? Because their 4-hour would now be aligned where it wasn't before. So here you can use forex.com now. I'm not finding too much issues with the xauusd, to be honest. It's not as gappy as I thought it would be, especially for gold. So looking at interesting session here, man. Interesting session. So the sells here are very tough because of the ranges we have below. Man. Maybe below 4-hour support could be some sells. Now since we're mixed bias, we could see buys above these highs here. 15 it would have to be. But this range in here is a little bit tough. A little bit tough. To those highs for you? Yeah, but look at all of the chop in between, right? We have this resistance here. We have all of this chop in between here. And the 1 hour, this is just the 1 hour itself closing bearish. You know? So we have to be careful with this range here. This would be a very tough range to trade, as there's not much inside of it. You have about 8 pips to this resistance here. So ideally you want liquidity grab and go directly from the bottom of the range. If it creates support where we're at, it's not deep enough. What's this? What's that? What would you be looking to do there? Buy above the 1 hour resistance? Yeah, based on a 1 hour? Yeah, I would say yeah, this 1 hour up here. Based on 1 hour though, you have to run 1 hour stops. Nah, that would buy straight into the 1 hour resistance here. It'd be a very tough zone to buy. Why, if you're gonna buy there, why not just buy here then? Like, that's the question. That will not add extra confirmation, because if you rely on the bottom of the range to hold, you should just buy from the bottom of the range to give yourself a chance to get there and see what happens. You know? Instead of trying to buy higher here, then you might as well just buy outside the range where all confirmation is given, you know? I'm not sure about that 1 hour. That's the major obstacle for me. Well, yeah, it is. That's my point. So you don't want to go above it because there's more obstacles above it. You're buying after a push into more obstacles, right? So let's see how price action forms in here. Overall, we just need more price action on gold. Looking at GU here, on the other hand, back to this 1.3 zone. So we saw a big move up back into this 1.3 zone here. If we're looking at weekly time frame, weekly is still closing bearish, no bottom wick on current candle here. Daily time frame, no bottom wick as well. Testing that 1.3 might set up for something nice higher time frame wise. Would like to mark some supports. DS looking from something around here. 4-hour time frame, we have this previous 4-hour range here. Man, 4-hour closing bullish, daily closing bullish here, no bottom wick, but higher time frame, it's actually looking for sells, to be honest. Yes, the buys make sense above 1.3 for sure, maybe for this session, but if I start to see structure start to break down from here, man, I don't mind giving this a higher time frame shot at sells. Into elections tomorrow? I don't know. Into elections tomorrow? Probably not. Probably not. Not gonna be the play moving into elections, but who knows what happens with elections. You need to see some dollar strength tomorrow would send this into the floor, right? If we see dollar strength tomorrow with elections, this would just dive headfirst into the floor. And yeah, when are the results announced? Tentative, man. I'm not sure, but sometime in New York session, I would assume. So London session won't be affected here, but overall traders will be affected, as many traders will just generally not trade election day, which is understandable. So looking at yeah, man, I think sells could also be an option here if we start to break structure nicely. If not, then the buys are going to be an option above 1.3 here. At the moment we're trying to change structure on the 1 hour. Yeah, this could be extremely interesting, especially if this 4-hour closes bearish. It's a very impulsive move, this. It's a gap as well, right? So I'd expect that gap to be filled. It's a big gap. Man, I'm kind of tempted to take higher time frame position here, but holding into elections is kind of a little death wish. Unless you're in profits, then you hold into break even at elections. Let's see how price action forms, but we could fill this gap here. We could fill this gap. And to fill this gap, we would need to see changes of structure here, lower highs continue, and then look for that gap to be filled. So let's see what happens with that. Finally, let's have a look at DAX here. Is Forex.com DAX, is it still okay on GU and GJ? Yes, because it should be 3 hours. Yeah, it's fine, 3 hours. They did it, adjust. They did. Luckily. You have the same. Let's have a look at DAX here, right? DAX bouncing off these very lows here as well. See our weekly candle here closing back inside of the weekly support here. So you can see this is weekly support down here. We didn't close below, so now we're playing off a little bit of a bounce after an end of month sell-off here. Daily candle closing bullish. Might look like I want to retest back into his previous daily support. Looking at 4-hour time frame, also bullish here, just trying to get above this previous 4-hour resistance. So that's where our buys would make sense, above there with Frankfurt open. In about 10 minutes we have Frankfurt open. See what 30 minutes is saying. Have a little 30-minute here. Looks like price might want to fill that range there. So we'll see how this ends up closing on the 1 hour into Frankfurt open. But above here is pretty clean on a 15-minute, to be honest. At least up to into 318s or something. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening and take it from there So yeah, let's get it. That's the analysis all set up for the week here. Huge gap, Dixie, huge gap. Yeah, same thing on GU, right? That's what affected GU as well. So we'll see what happens. So big week ahead of us. Let's see what we can do here. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. I would appreciate it. You guys know the drill. 300 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. Let's get the likes up to 100. And yeah, let's get it. Today is giveaway day as well, guys. Giveaway day today, all right? So we are going to set up the giveaway here. I'm gonna put in the Discord 1 month of Tradesharpe exclusive here. I'm gonna put 2 winners for today. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this for 8. What time is 8 a.m. UTC Dubai time? Can anyone check that out for me? Should be 12, right? Yeah, UTC, yeah, it's 12, will be 12. Because UTC is London time, yes, will be 12. Pretty sure. But yeah, should be 12. So 12 o'clock is good. In an hour, give everyone a chance to join. What time is this? 8 Monday in Dubai is 4 o'clock. Good job. Opposite way around. 8 a.m. UTC to Dubai. Yeah, it is 12. It is 12. I should be correct here. So I'm going to take the gamble anyways and publish this. So make sure if you want to be part of the giveaway, good luck. And yeah, for Tradesharpe exclusive giveaway, we'll be doing it after stream, of course, and into this week. So yeah, it's in the Discord, guys. It's in the Discord. So be sure to join the giveaway. Here's your chance. The invite link is in the description if you would like to join the giveaway. Make sure I will never DM you first, right? I'll never DM you first. So let's get it. Are you a scalp trader? No, I'm a session trader. I look for a move for the session, not scalp within a session. Would the Trump victory have an effect on NASDAQ? Okay, yesterday I gave a pretty in-depth webinar about the elections, but I want to set up some of you guys on stream who show up to stream every day. So I will give you a little bit of value information here. So let's go ahead and run this. I'll probably post this on Instagram so people can see. So elections, we have elections coming tomorrow. Who's going to get elected, Trump, or is it going to be Camilla here? So we'll have to see what ends up happening. Now, this is a period where it's a little bit difficult because we are seeing a vice president be a candidate, right? It's not how a normal election works. Normally, vice president doesn't always run, but it has happened in the past. Normally, we can have some sort of prediction from how the stock market is doing to who is going to be elected here. But what you have to understand, guys, is long term, no matter who is going to be elected, they're going to be elected in a difficult economy because stock market is at a highs here that it's been on a monumental rally and is due for a pullback at some point during their presidency. And they will be seen as the ones to blame. So no matter who gets elected, this is going to be a problem to see how they come out of that. On top of, you have to see what? You have to see their policies. Policies are going to dictate what happens in the markets. In terms of election day, there will be spikes. That's what I would expect. Spikes in either direction as just people, speculators try to trade. And yeah, FOMO gets involved in the market and stuff. So that's a little quick thing on elections here for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'll reiterate that tomorrow as well. And yeah, just stay safe, I would say. There's no real major prediction as to a long-term move on the charts. I don't think elections will create any long-term moves. They will create more of a shock move. Now, we can trade that shock move. The way we're going to be able to trade that shock move is because that move might lead into something like an impulsive move down on gold that makes no sense. right? So if we see a random impulsive move down on gold, then you know, I think we will see you know, some of that be regained here, you know. So yeah. When is PipLabs V4 launching? Guys, we're gonna be launching it on the 11th here. 11th is the planned date, so get ready for it. A lot of information will come out closer to the time, and yeah, we're very excited, man. I think the only way to enter GJ was this 4-hour break of high here. Just take it like this. This looked pretty solid, man. This looked very solid. Look at this. What time did this break highs here? Let's see what time we could have got involved here. That's interesting to see. This is a nice higher time frame little position here. 48 pip stop loss, 70 pip target. Get break even at the 1 hour or something. Actually quite nice. Let's see what time it broke highs. Broke highs here. What time is this candle? This is at 10. All right, interesting time. Man, 30 minutes before I check the charts. If Trump wins, bullish everything. If Camilla gets elected, approach will be more conservative. Well, not always the same. You have to remember that's what people are expecting, right? So they expect that Trump will pump the markets, which historically has not always been the case. But guess what happens if he pumps the markets and the markets are already being pumped? Then it's going to start to that's going to start to dump, right? Price going to dump, and he's going to be to blame, and he's going to have a bad presidency. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Yeah, this was a clean move here. This was a clean move. This was around 10 o'clock here. 10 o'clock, 4-hour setup here. Right now, no 15-minute setup. Buying highs on this one here, probably not advisable. Too early, didn't trust that. But if you base it on 4-hour though, 4-hour. Put stop below 4-hour. You have a lot of ranges to protect. 4-hour stop is all the way down here. Below a key level as well. I think you're okay there. You know, just putting stop below here, I agree with you, man. I agree. Or even just below, maybe somewhere here like this, also agree. But stop below the whole range here, probably not something, but not something I backtest. Yeah, if you haven't backtest 4-hour positions, but you backtested setup 2 before, imagine this was a if this was a 15-minute time frame, how does that look? You know, especially when you understand what GJ is doing higher time frame here. Like, this is just a daily bottom wick. My setups do come with confirmation from higher time frame. For 4 hours is already high time frame, so no confirmations. Yes, if you don't trade high time frame, then this is not valid for you, right? This is only valid for people who trade higher time frame. Check plans too. Thanks for reminding. Appreciate that. Let's have a look. London plans here. Let's have a look. So your GJ plan is going to be, let me just open this. Buys on close above. Did you take this buy? Nothing close above. All right, close above on this broker. But it's a very nipple. But maybe not your broker. Even so, I don't think risk to reward would have been worth it here. 19 pips for 11 pips. Like, it's not really worth it. So yes, perfect close. I would have preferred a pullback then a close. I would have taken the same. GU plan sells. I'm guessing that says, oh, you look for buys from down there. Maybe no sells for you today. Buys if high is not broken. Buys above. Yeah, I agree. Buys above. Yeah, this is fine. I'm also looking for sells today on GU as well. Counter trend option as well. Wow, that just dumped the move. All right, GU plan here. Good spot as well for sells, valid. Buys from here, maybe you can add. Gap, yes. Buys, okay, valid. This is GU, buys, yep. This is a gap here, so we could look for that. Standard 4-hour possible setup 2, setup 5 needed. Yes, we're creating structure now. Gold plan, sneaky sells below here. I was looking at that, yeah. 4-hour tapped. Okay, that's important. This is Gold plan, sells below same spot. Buy above here, we discussed this. Sell below this one here, yep, BE, okay, I like where you added your BE, so already planned about your BE, so that's cool. Possible buys developing, yeah, I spoke about that. Buy on close above, alright. Yeah, not quick, I would say that's a higher time frame counter sell. If the 4 hour can close bearish, then yes. Buys above key level, we did get slight close above, but risk reward not worth it for me, myself. Looking at that. Alright, this I need a little bit more. I don't know what these squiggly lines all mean. Just, it's, instead of squiggly lines, just write setup 2 and stuff like that. I don't like that precise planning with B and SL and everything. It forecasting mess you up. It doesn't happen exactly. You see, I think B levels, if they're a level, then of course you're going to go B there, right? So if he has a 4 hour levels, then you can mark the 4 hour level. Stop loss, you don't know. Stop loss, you don't know. But B levels you can plan, right? Because if you said, okay, I'm B at this 1 hour, that makes total sense. You don't have to wait for you to enter the trade to know. And if you plan to be at this 1 hour, then it doesn't make sense. Yeah, but if it closes too deep, you not take it anyways. Your plan said perfect closure. If it closed too deep, why would you be taking it? Then you break your plan. Buys above, leave the range. All right, just looking for buys. Buys above there as well. Okay, so very simplistic plan. Not looking for anything complicated in the range. Buys above this range here. Yeah, if structure forms first. Sells, yeah, you're actually not wrong. We are mixed buys today, aren't we? No, we are bullish buys, sorry. So no sells, no sells. No sells today. For DAX, buys above, I think everyone looking at the same. What does it say? No buys above here. All right. And yeah, I agree with that. All right, can you comment on my trade? The one you took in London? This one here? Yeah, we spoke about this range, right? I think I agree with your mental / hard break even. I think that's what's going to keep you safe in the range. But it makes sense from bottom of the range to top. Like, I don't disagree with any of this. Only issue is that, you know, it's a little bit choppy. So gave it a shot and you're aggressive with break even and then see what happens, right? And then see what happens. So ended up playing out here, which is nice. So that's it, right? That's it. So I think that you played it well overall. You know, it got to your zone where you're like, if it rejects, I'm gonna get out. And it pushed through, and that's exactly what you want. So that's how you would manage it here. If it rejected this, you got stopped out break even though later it went to TP, I wouldn't be pissed because this would be something that you planned, and I agree with that plan. How can we take higher time frame trades by your strategy? The exact same. You take it on lower time frame, it just gets applied to higher time frame, right? Now, in terms of swing trading, a little bit different because you need specific positions in the chart. Today is okay for a position for an intraday swing trade because we're coming from a kind of lower high perspective. But for a daily, weekly type swing trade, not the best spot. Because we're kind of, you would more want them down here, but in terms of a daily, like to hold this intraday, this was nice on the 4 hour. This made total sense on the 4 hour. See if we have a setup 6 running somewhere here. Would be a good spot type of scenario to use it. Not really, no. Yeah, we'll see how price action forms and then let's get it. Who will win, Camilla or Trump? Listen, I have some sources and they told me a couple of months ago actually that Camilla will win. I don't know. I don't have any insight on this, but that's the only insight I do have. But that was what I heard, man. That is what I heard. Haven't been here a while. Switched to options. How you been? All good, man. Yourself? Welcome back. I was looking for the setup one GJ buys. Last second, it pushed around 5 pips into the whole range with the next candle wicking down. It was tough. Damn months. Yeah, this person pretty connected. Do you also risk 1% on swing trades even though they have bigger SL? Yeah, what does bigger SL have to do with the risk, right? Because as your SL gets bigger, your target gets bigger as well. So you start to do what? You start to adjust it. Simpson said Trump's gonna win. Damn. Silver looks like steady upwards move. Silver's moving up. Yes, it is. What you looking for? Buys on silver? This is cool. What platform is this, man? Plus 500. So I would just watch this. So if you're looking for that setup 1 type trade, you have to just watch this, kind of like this 1 hour level we have on GJ, just somewhere in here. So if this is what time frame we're on, this is on a daily. Oh, you're looking at daily. So you're looking to swing. Yeah, I wouldn't swing from here. It's a bad spot to swing. Or you don't want to swing from here. No, this is 15 minute, bro. I thought this was a daily. Looked like daily. Yeah, 15 minute. If this can close bearish, good. Next one close above. That would be your buys. Setup number 1. Watch this level and then let the rest do the stuff, you know. Obviously watch your line here as well. And I would assume that you have higher time frame marked up here as well. Listen, no matter if someone else, if Camilla gets elected, then Trump is gonna attest that. He's going to appeal that. Sorry, not attest. He's going to appeal that and say that it's rigged. Harry, your swing trade is based on same strategy we're following on 15 minute? Yes, basically. My last swing trade I took was on NZD CHF, 1 to 2 risk to reward. I actually do want to start risking maybe 2% on swing trades so that I can close 1%. You know, that I can close 1% at my 1 to 2 or my TP1 and then leave 1% running. But the last swing I took, I actually showed you guys on stream. We spoke, it was this sell here. NZD CHF sells. Basically daily breaking below this major zone, huge LTA towards the left. Setup 1, right? Then we had a pullback retesting the 4 hour here. So we had a pullback retesting the 4 hour. Once the 4 hour closed bearish, like a setup number 4, closing back as well inside of the range, took the trade for sells to continue down bearish to the next 4 hour, 1 to 2 risk to reward. Yeah, if spreads are high, I'd recommend getting off them. Why are you calling her Camilla, not Kamala? I can't be bothered, man. I don't really care. They don't really affect my life, except for entertainment from Trump. Harry, do you use leverage for swing trading? Guys, swing trading is the exact same as trading on a 15 minute. It's just everything is on a higher time frame. Right now, look, think about it like this. Right now, if you took a buy, but instead of looking at the 15 minute, you look at the daily, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm looking at the daily, but I took a buy. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Nothing changes. Everything is the same. Stop loss calculated the same. You know, everything is calculated the same. It's just all on a bigger scale. Targets are bigger, SL is bigger. So you just adjust. You'll be using smaller lot size because your stop loss is bigger, right? Everything keeps the same. Leverage, everything. Way you calculate risk, everything. Let's see how DAX is opened up here. So 15 minute looking like it wants to continue. Why didn't you want to buy above here? Claudio didn't want to buy above these highs here. That's the exact reason. I think it's pretty good. No LTA. I mean, 30 minute has LTA, no? Don't consider that LTA. 15 minute has LTA till the next 15 minute resistance. I'm looking at 5 minute on DAX. Yeah, but then we could base it on 15 as well, right? 15 gets a close. It's fine. Yes, on 5 minute there are some resistances we have to worry about. We can use 15. Alright, 5 minute close above here on DAX. Deep close for us here to try trade this range. I don't think it's worth it. About 5 points. By resistances, you mean heavy choppy? Yes, but it's only the 5 minute. If you look at 1 hour, extremely clean. 30 minute, extremely clean. 15, extremely clean. All right, gold getting into our buying zone here. Gold getting into our buying zone. So let's see what it does here. Let's see what it does. 5 minute created some sort of structure, a little bit of structure. We have a little bit of a support here. See what price wants to do above here. About 3 minutes for this candle to close here. Do we want to get a pure breakout here or what? Did we react of this previous 1 hour yet? We'll put P1 question mark because I've seen a lot of reactions from here, right? We saw this wick react. So maybe it becomes issues. Just always good to have it on the chart just so we can see if price is doing anything from there. You know, and then we can adjust accordingly. I like to close it for it to close above my box. I know, but I'm staying disciplined. Fair enough. If you want a cleaner setup, then I can't really argue against that, right? Can't argue against someone saying, hey, I want a cleaner setup. Sure. Your last 4 trades are wins? They are, Mark. Fortunately. Hopefully you can make it 5. UJ looks good to buy. I don't trade. I haven't done my analysis on UJ. Yeah, you have a gap up here as well, which is nice. 4 hour has a mixed bias here. Actually, full bullish bias with this gap. Yeah, it's interesting with the gap here. But you might need to give it some room, you know. This might be a problem here, this resistance here before the gap. I do notice likes to reject first. Did we reject from 45 key level? I think we did. I have a buy from 27.31. Yeah, it's a good spot to be in from a buy, man, you know, and just be making sure you have your take profit levels set out based on resistances or areas where, you know, don't be greedy. Make sure you have a plan. I don't know how big your stop loss was. It's all going to depend. Look at GJ in 1 hour. Yes, we did our full analysis on GJ. So we know exactly what the plan is for GJ and how to tackle GJ today. What to jump in, what not to jump in. All of that stuff is laid out. We need gold to close above this resistance here, where my box is. So literally we could move the line a little bit higher here to this spot here like this. We need it to close above this. It's not even closing above the most recent resistance here. So we're probably waiting for the next 15 minute, which is not a bad thing since 5 minute in that time can create support. And at the same time, we can get a tighter stop. What's the plan on GJ? Show up to the streams, brother. Show up to the streams in the morning so you get the plans. I'm not going to repeat the whole plan, but in short, looking for pullbacks to get into buys potentially. All right, we close below, so we need gold to close back above here to take the buys. I think what we rejected off is a little key level here. If we delete this little box here, clone this. Do I have any other key levels? No. Let's clone this. It's 45 level, I believe. There we go. I believe if we can leave the 45, that should be the one. So we'll see how it goes. Smooth candle is not a resistance. Interesting. Market hours back to normal? Yes, they are back to normal. London open in 45 minutes. Yes. Give me a sec, guys. Go toilet, come back. Guys, if you don't know, we have a giveaway going on in the Discord here. 57 people have joined the giveaway here. Good luck to everyone. Giving 2 people 1 month free in the exclusive group. I do this every month, do a giveaway here, so make sure to participate. It's free and you get a shit ton of information. So I think it's a huge advantage. Also, are you guys ready for Pip Labs V4, man? Next Monday. Monday is the plan here. We're preparing, we're moving hard. If you are a paying member on Pip Labs, you will be automatically transferred to V4 from today. From today, you will be on V4. So I'm looking excited for that. I'm looking excited. No, I am excited for that. So you guys get early access, get to test it out, because we want to transfer all of your data. If you have any hiccups where your data is not transferred or your login doesn't work, then just contact us. We will fix it immediately. So in our Pip Labs Discord, you can join our Pip Labs Discord and open a ticket here. And that's the best way to contact us. V4 is live? No, not just yet. As a newbie, how to get Pip Labs? I'd say wait till the 4th. You will be able to get Pip Labs. You know, so make sure to join the Pip Labs Discord if you have anything or want to keep up to date with this. Let me invite. That's the invite link. We also launched the new website yesterday. We're coming in hot, guys. We're coming in hot. Look at the new website. Tell us what you think of the new website. Here's the date, 11th. So yeah, some of the features are now up on here. You can see how some of the features are. You see our new dashboard, calendar feature as well, statistics, performance. Very, very, very strong dashboard coming. So we're excited, man. We're excited. I hope you like the new website. And new interface here. The fastest ever data retrieval. Fastest. You can retrieve 5 years worth of data. 5 years worth of data in about maybe 20 seconds. Alright, GJ making its way to the top of the range. No pullbacks for us here, no pullbacks. Kind of like, remember we were looking at buys. We took buys on Friday, right? Remember the Friday buys here? Beautiful buys we saw on Friday here. But we got the pullback. We had the push pre-session, which is a similar scenario. And then we got the pullback. Session, where's the pullback? That's what we need right now. That's what we need right now. So the Pip Labs giveaway, we will save for when we launch next week, all right? We'll save for when we launch, so make sure to be ready. Remember, we're doing a massive sale. I just want to let you guys know, no need. I took off you can't even buy this anymore. Simulator is closed down. When we open, we open. You can't even buy it. When we open, we open. We're doing massive 34% off because we're going from version 3 to 4 for 34 people, because that's almost our cost price. It is our cost price actually. A little bit. We actually depends on how many. Depends on how much our servers charge us, because our servers have just increased their price for some reason. So it kind of messes up my calculation, but let's get it. This is your chance, man. Next year has to be the year. Next year has to be the year. Prove to yourself your strategy works. You know, this is what I did myself. I backtested to make sure what I'm doing works. You can watch videos of guys on YouTube, but you don't know if that shit works, man. Like, what is the cost of you finding out what works? You need to find out. You need to find out. As much as you hate to do it, it's very important. How would it go if the 4-hour close is bearish, 1-hour close is bearish? How would I go about if the 4-hour close is bullish and the 1-hour close is bearish? You know, that's not going to be correlated. You use the 4-hour and daily to find bias, but not the 1-hour to find bias. 1 hour would be, you know, about your entry, right? That would impact your entry. Loved your long wick video, Harry. Very informative. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. you guys didn't watch already the long wick video, this is a follow-up video to the no wick video. So I want to make sure you guys understand how to trade candles with no wicks and also how to trade candles with long wicks, because long wicks is very, very important, right? Because they tell you either rejection or they can be filled, right? You can get a wick fill. So it's very important to understand that. It's very important to understand that there could be a rejection wick or a wick fill. Like this is a rejection wick. How do I know this is a rejection wick? Because it rejected something. Geo making your favorite candle. Let's see what Geo is doing. Yeah, it has this candle here. See if we can get below the 4 hour. Remember, this is counter trend, so at any point it can create support wanting to continue up. You know? I watched it 30 minutes upon uploading. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I knew about long wicks earlier. Last year, I presume it was a rejection and eventually punished by a wick fill. Yeah, some get filled. Like this wick will be filled. Why will this wick be filled? Because it didn't tap the resistance, right? So there's a higher chance of this wick being filled and stuff like that compared to these ones here, you know. Hit full TP 1-to-1. What did you take? Let's have a look here. Oh, you took a sell from here. Oof, that's a bit risky, man. That's a bit risky. What's your idea behind going super counter trend? What encouraged you to go super counter trend today? That's my question to you. Counter trend and counter bias. Like, write a few bullet points of why you were so set on the sells. I get the sells, I don't disagree with them. I think you should have left a runner, to be honest. Because if this higher time frame plays out, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great position. This 1.3 is no joke, man. This 1.3 is no joke. Gold 1 hour looks extremely shitty, to be honest. I don't know what that price action is. Really weird. But again, elections tomorrow, man. I've never really traded and concentrated properly on an election day. I think when I was trading elections last time, I just took the day off and went kite surfing or something. Because I heard, oh, there's elections. Okay, I'm not going to trade. Screw it. I don't know what's going to happen. Which I'm pretty proud, actually. I think that was something cool. Because it actually is a form of discipline, right? Hey man, I learned a lot from your streams and the videos in the past few weeks. I'm now currently doing my challenge in a prop firm so I can get funded. Alright, good luck, good luck. Yeah, tomorrow what do you suggest? Not trading at all or just not trading USD pairs? I think it's a wait and see type thing. Is election day also holiday? No, it's just generally people will not trade election day because of uncertainty. For sure, I'm not trading New York session. That's guaranteed because that's when the elections are going to be released, is sometime during New York, right? London session, depending, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and see how the charts look, and if they just look like they're stuck in range or something, maybe I don't trade, because no point of me sitting and watching paint dry, right? But if tomorrow the charts, they look normal, then of course I'm just gonna show up here, because if I can get into some positions and leave runners tomorrow, it might be cool to try to attempt regardless to leave a runner tomorrow at break even and see what happens, right? Because if a runner plays out and election spikes in a random direction, and that direction is it's a gamble, but if that direction is your direction, first of all, your break even if it slips your stop loss, you've secured something, so you're probably just going to be break even overall. Second of all, if it goes in your direction, it'll be pretty sick, right? A little bit of fun. Who's gonna win in your opinion? Based on my opinion, I don't have an opinion, to be honest. I'm not really looking at all of the numbers and stuff, but based on what I've been told from sources, seems like Kamala might win, which is surprising. But Trump entertains me. This is the best comment I heard from him. Best comment that I've ever heard from him is he's like, you know, Zelensky, he's the best salesman I've ever seen in the world. Every time he takes a visit to our country, he leaves with $100 million check. It's like he's best salesman I've seen. Best salesman I've seen. You know? DAX here tested the resistance. See if DAX wants to close above in a minute or so. We have 5-minute structure here. We do. If DAX can close above, we have set up 1 buys to at least this resistance. If it doesn't want to close above, then it doesn't want to close above. On my broker, this looks a little bit different. This is higher on my broker. This is higher on my broker, this one here. But it doesn't look like it wants to close above anyways. But 5 seconds, we'll see. If not, now we can look for, yeah, it didn't close above. So what I want to see is I want to see 5-minute structure formed and then a close above. Or some sort of close above actually first. So we'll come back to that. Gold did what? Gold rejected very heavily here. This is this video I talked about. Long wick candles. How do you know this was going to be a rejection? This video explains how this is going to be a rejection. It's very simple, but a lot of people will try wick fill this. You know? They'll try wick fill this. I got a wild idea how to do a prop firm, how to do hedge prop firm versus personal. All right, we can discuss it after stream. Oh, you already had it typed out. Man, copy pasted, typed it separate screen. Then we're gonna type it. Shoot, control V, huh? I'll put it in. Buy prop firm challenge, you put the same amount of money in personal account. All the trades you take on prop firm, you hedge them. Reverse on them on personal account. If you breach the prop firm account, you now got money from personal to buy a new account. Otherwise, you get the payout on prop firm. But the personal, if it's got, then yeah, but you have to be an unprofitable trader to do that. Otherwise, you will end up. Okay, how about this scenario? What if you're in that like slowly losing break-even stage? You make money, lose money, make money, lose money. Then your both is going to be, your prop firm won't be failed and your personal will be losing money on commissions. Commissions add up very quickly. So you'll just lose money on commissions, but your trades would be probably break even. You have to lose the prop firm challenge. But if you lose the challenge, then you're losing on personal. So that means if you take 100k prop firm, you would need to calculate that 10% is what? So you'd have to take an account that has maybe $50 per trade on average. Right? So you'd have to lose the prop firm. What if you don't lose the prop firm? You're just going to keep losing on personal and prop firm will be underwater. Shit situation. Then you purposely try to lose the prop firm so you can just buy another one and then start winning. And then you just lose on personal. And then you have to do that for phase 2 again. GJ plan to sell? I'm not selling GJ today. I guess from this zone you can sell if you're a seller. If you get a payout, you're in profit, but that's the problem, you know? What about the in-between time? It's okay to hedge, yes, it will allow you, but that's the point of hedging, is that you'll have a probability also to lose in a hedge, right? So you have to accept that as just an extra risk. So it will protect you, so you can buy another challenge, yes, if you fail the first one, but at the same time you have to also consider it as a loss. And what's the limit of it losing? How much do you have in funded? About 100 million, 200 million in funding. Right? Gio, we got that 30-minute close below previous 4-hour to look for sells there. Yeah, we see we're just tapping it right now. So this is where we want to see a pullback now into the zone here. Again, this is all very higher time frame. This is not a session trade. You can't counter trend this session. This would be done on higher time frame. So basically what you would do is you'd have to run stops maybe somewhere up here, 36 pips, but you're holding potentially into elections tomorrow. So you run that stop loss and then you manage if something closes above 1.3. Why not the session? Because session bias is bullish here. Previous daily close bullish, previous 4-hour even breaking structure here towards the upside. You have a break of structure, double break of structure, right? Broke structure here and broke structure here. We had strong hour resistance. Yeah, that's the only reason we can consider. But you would use this for higher time frame type trade. If you're going to take a session trade, then you should be in already. Just take it based on a 30-minute. But again, it's a counter trend. It's just a counter trend option. And at any point, it can reverse and continue bullish trend, right? It's up to what price wants to do. But if you want to take a session trade, then you should be in. And your plan today is to counter trend trade. You know? You're going to fight this big move up. You're going to fight the 4-hour close. You're going to fight the daily close as well. And you're going to fight 15-minute structure as well. Actually, no, that's the only structure you're not fighting is 15. But then you should just be in already. Greetings, sir, from India. Average trader here hoping for good week. Oh no, what happened to legendary trader? Why are you not legendary? You lost last week. All people from your signal group left. Would buys on GU make sense above 1.3? It would make sense above 1.3. You could even if a support is formed, you know. What's this? Oh, thanks. Polling results time across the US different times, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time region. Yeah, so decisive role in election outcome, which could highlight volatility. Yeah, so it's not till the evening. Regardless, I'm not trading. And why? That's just silly. You need to be freaking addicted. I mean, you need to be pretty addicted to trade the whole day tomorrow with that going on. Happens once every 4 years, you know. DAX is near my full SL before I could go break even. I'm not sure what trade you took on DAX, so I can't help you with that. But yeah, this is the problem at buying at resistance. Doesn't normally work too well buying at resistance, man. I'll tell you that much. Doesn't work too well buying at resistance. It's an unknown. Like, you could get lucky today and it pushes through resistance, but we don't want to trade unknowns. We want to trade confirmations, and a confirmation would be price closing above the resistance here. Obviously, we see this resistance is no joke, right? We didn't know how much of an importance it would be, but we know it's there. So that's how you have to treat it. GJ pulling back here as well. So we spoke about GJ pullbacks, right? This can actually give opportunity. Could give opportunity. That 1 hour close is terrible though, respecting that 1 hour support. If we close back inside of that zone, would be insane. Would be okay. This would be a very solid pullback, to be honest. Give us opportunity in this pullback. I'm thinking I learned more from this channel last week. No good. What? Oh, your last week wasn't good. You're thinking to learn more from the channel. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Did I update the links here? Just this one. Friday's win I didn't add. We can add Friday's win link. What day? This Friday here. 1st of November. Last day of the month. I mean, first day of the month on a Friday. Feels weird. All right. Journal up to date now. Anyone who wanted the link. You guys can find the link anyways. Anyone have massive gap? Yes, you will have a massive gap. Guys, remember we have in the Discord a giveaway. How many people have joined the giveaway? In Tradesharpe Discord, 87 people joined the giveaway. Giving 2 spots away to Tradesharpe exclusive. Let's go, let's go. How do I control emotion on taking a trade? Now remember, emotion is actually not you. Every single human being has emotions. Emotions is caused by situations that cause you to be emotional. So when you're taking a trade and you feel emotional, means something in the trade is causing you to be emotional. The most common factors are going to be lack of confidence, risk, and just the fear of loss, right? And not understanding what you're doing. So identify what's the most thing that's causing you emotions in your trade. Is it risk? Then you're not ready for that risk. Reduce risk to a point where you don't feel emotions. Is it because you just keep losing? Well, be honest with yourself. Stop freaking putting money in a broker and giving it to the market and get good at this skill. If you're going to spend money in this, go spend it to get good at the skill, right? Invest in different things to get better at the skill, and invest your time, more importantly, and effort. However much harder you think it was going to be, times that by 5. If you feel like you're about to burn out in this game, times that by 5 is the effort you'll need to get through that stage. That's how it works. Right, gold is ranging here a bit. GU is rejecting that little support we found, right? So again, if we make another lower high, I'm interested in GU. 1 hour close as well will be interesting. How do you take a win, as in not to become overconfident? I mean, take my situation, right? Been on a little bit of a winning streak here. Am I becoming overconfident? No, because I treat every day separately. Today I could lose, and I just treat it all the same. Everything is the same. The way I approach the charts are the same, because it's a process. It's the same process I follow when I'm losing, but the only difference is when I'm losing, I go find out why, right? But with a win, you also want to find out, why are you winning now? What's the difference, you know? Is higher time frame trend bullish and current session is bearish bias? Do I look for sells only? Yes, because you're trading a session, not the higher time frame, right? So correct. But remember, if higher time frame trend is not so let's say we're at higher time frame trend is bullish, but we're at a support, okay, then that means that it's not going to make sense to sell into support, right? So you can also look for buys there and trust the what. I've got the longest wick. Yeah, I don't need to see that. You can keep that for yourself. This is for all the people, poor people who have no wick, right? All the people who have no wick, poor people. That's why we don't touch trades without a wick, right? Because we don't want to be involved with that. London Open here in like 20 minutes. We'll see what DAX does as London Open. See if DAX actually retrace some of this move here. We can get some buys. If GJ can drops, then we can do setup 2 to the 1 hour. Yes, we could look for that. Only issue with it is that we close below. It would be really higher probability if this candle closed inside of the 1 hour. But yes, what you said does make sense. That would be the idea. Does the time change affect the what time London volume comes in? No, because London times changed last week. London's times changed last week anyways, so it won't. So we had 1 week where the times were not adjusted, right? The times were not adjusted. See gold now. Relax, brother. Just relax. Calm down. Calm down. You can see gold as well. I will see gold if it's going to do something to affect me. NYSE change too. Yes, they did adjust this week. So if you don't have daylight savings, then New York session will be an hour later. Everything's an hour later. So what time does London usually open? I'm not sure what time zone you're in, man. Maybe you should use something, a good tool that was created. It's called GOOGLE. It will help you with this scenario and help you with many other things to convert it to your time zone, brother. Because London open for me at 12 o'clock. You can see my clock up there. Maybe you can adjust that to your time. You know? Doesn't gold just make the 50-minute trading method? No, gold is inside of a range, right? Gold is inside of a range. We could look for support from the bottom of the range to go up. That would be cool. Where's Legendary Trader? Legendary Trader was here. Legendary Trader was here, but he's called Average Trader this week. I think he's lost. He's sending losing trades to his signal group. So we need to... that's why he's here. He's trying to... concentrate on Tradesharpe stream. Yeah, I probably lost him as a viewer for saying that. He's probably not happy. It's only a joke. Alright, 15-minute just closed, right? How did 15-minute candle close on GU here? Why is my drawings not there? Wrong chart. So 15-minute dumping here. Yeah, this looks good. If we can now get that pullback we're talking about, that's it. That should be my confirmation for counter trend sells. Look, a lot of highs here, right? So these highs normally like to be grab liquidity. 1.3 is a very heavy liquidity zone. You can see in the past liquidity being grabbed. So I wouldn't be surprised to see price grab liquidity before giving the major move. For higher time frame trend trade, I would love to see a liquidity grab first before taking the sells here. For a session trade, it's not needed. But again, session, we're going counter trend here. So realistically, if support candles are created, we can look for buys as well. I missed sniper entry. Yeah, where is sniper entry 420? Where's my part 3? I subscribed to his channel, I think. Must have subscribed to his channel. Yeah, this is his channel here. This is his channel. We only have part 1, part 2 here. We need part 3. So if he's listening, where you at? He was here last week, but he says he's busy at the moment. He'll come back. You know who he is. Ah, you know who he is. What time is New York and London session your time? London open is at 12 o'clock, but I trade pre-London, of course. And then New York is going to be today 5 o'clock. New York Stock Exchange open going to be 6:30. Man, late. Okay, pushing down, Mr. Dew. Let's see what type of 5-minute pullbacks you got in store here. I wish today had a 4-hour bearish candle close. Holy, then we would just send sells, full send it for sells, full send it. How do you analyze support and resistance accurately? You mark from daily downwards, weekly downwards. You do top-down analysis is what it's called. Recommend you check my videos on YouTube. Should help you with that if you don't know how to do it. Where's my cable? There it is. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream. If you haven't left a like, I would appreciate it. You guys know the drill, the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. See what gold is doing here. Remember we talked about the gold sells potential below here? That can still play out. Keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. What do you mean gold can sell off? Well, we are selling off at the moment. Hey bro, can I ask a question? When you say London opens at 12, don't they actually open at 1? Because I'm from the UK, our banks actually open at 9, not 8 in my time. Loving the streams though. No, banks open at 8 a.m. UK time. They open at 8 a.m. UK time. In terms of public, yes, public is different from what the actual banking sector is doing in terms of their opening times. Or trading opening times is what's more important here. Right, here's the sell-off coming, man. Damn. I don't think we'll get my retest here, man. This pushed too deep. I think that's it. Game over. Counter trend was the option. You just go with counter trend. And accept just getting stopped out. I think that would be the method here, is that you take the risk and accept getting stopped out. Just be like, listen, if I... But again, why should I be silly, right? Why should I be silly and need to push counter bias? You saw the power of bias on Friday. Everyone was taking sells, looking for sells. Look at the power of bias, man. So, hey, man, you want to be very careful. But I was really looking for these sells from this zone. This is a good selling zone here. Higher time frame especially I was looking for. Very, very good selling zone. But we need the confirmations. So I'm comfortable in the trade. But yeah, I don't think there'll be a pullback. I was looking at this formation here, right? So this was the idea. Pull back after making new lows. Pull back after making new lows. New low created. I was looking for the pullback. That pullback, if that pullback ended up being the fake out from the 4-hour resistance, like I want you guys to listen up to this very important information. Many people will skip over it like, oh, I should have taken a sell. No, because long term you lose in this position. Because what? This would have tapped the 4-hour. We would have got the pullback. If this pullback fails to create resistance and just continues up, you save yourself a massive loss. And then later, if it comes back down, you can take sells. But this pullback here will give you the option that if it gives a resistance, you take the sells, you continue down, you have extra confirmation. If the resistance was never formed, then you know that, hey, this is just a retest to previous 4-hour. We're going to continue bullish, follow bias for a little bit of time, and then continue down. You know, that's how it works. So yeah, now it's game over. Pretty damn big push. No top wick as well. Even more reason for there to be a pullback in this phase here. So all stars aligned for there to be a pullback, but there just wasn't. Do you think it's trying to fill up the gap? Well, that's the whole idea, right? On top of us being at a special zone here, that's the whole idea to look for that sells is for the gap fill plus us being at a very good zone to sell. Now I just need the pullback into here, which can happen. The minute it pulls back, I can take a sell from here all the way down on GU. Like it's ready for that. It's ready. Any pullbacks into somewhere here, previous 4-hour or back into this 5, which is not too far away. It needs to pull back like about 11-12 pips. Harry, today my price just reversed from my TP to my BE. So did I do anything wrong? Well, if it reached your TP, then close at TP, man. Obviously, you did something majorly wrong. You know, you're going to get punished, right? You're going to get punished if you don't make that adjustment. If it hit your TP, that's why you set TP there in the first place, is you expect reaction from there. So close. Take your profit. Why gap on GU and EU today? We saw both gap also on dollar here as well. So it's coming from dollar. We saw gap. If you look at Dixie, you'll see the same gap there. All right, same gap down. Gap up on other pairs. It didn't hit my TP, it was close. All right, then go see, okay, what did it reject? Did you have a wrong TP? That's the next question you have to ask. Do big gaps must be filled? They don't have to be filled, but they are likely to be filled at some point. Now, you could push 100 pips towards the upside before they're filled. Take GJ, for example. GJ has not filled its gap here, right? Why doesn't it show on this broker? Where's our gap, sir? Oh, it did. See, what I mean is that it didn't fill its gap until it pushed up how much pips from the gap here? We pushed up 190 pips first. 190 pips it pushed up, and then the gap got filled. Got filled here. So not necessarily all at once. It's my second year trading. Congrats. Hopefully you're making changes in your trading and constantly improving. That's what you should be doing as a trader. Nice pullback here on GJ. If we can create support, we can look to go tap into the resistance. So we'll see that after London Open. 1 hour obviously closing bearish here, not the best closure for buys. So it needs some strong support to form. Gold is continuing the dump here towards the downside. Same thing on GU. Any pullbacks on gold will give you the same setup that it would on GU here. It's basically the same setup happening on gold that would happen on GU, just in different market positionings. So to be honest, I would take GU over gold here. If we were to get the pullback right now, I'd take GU over gold. So for GU, I'd be looking for a pullback up to somewhere around 9.8, something like that would be fine. Is the gap considered LTA? Well, normally it's a reaction point. Setup 4 on gold wouldn't make sense with mixed bias. We'd look for setup 5. Yeah, I mean, you could give it a shot here if you expect price just to range. You know. The problem is that would be nicer if we actually broke structure towards the upside. If we broke structure towards the upside, never broke the high, then came down, maybe you could say that's like a fake out to continue that initial break of structure. Alright, DAX dumping here from that resistance. Heavy dump from that resistance. Where's counter trend on DAX? So we have 4-hour support at that yellow line. Maybe price will just dump to 4-hour support before continuing up, and then we can be looking for buys. Straight dump. So remember, bias is still bullish. This could just create us an LTA to take buys, right? LTA to take buys back up. So let's see what happens. Right, London Open here. So we're still respecting this support. 30-minute closing in no man's land. 1 hour as well. No bottom wick here. Big drive up. That's how GU is looking. GU closed deeper than I wanted. But regardless, pullback here would be the one. If you took the session trade, like I said, you would be in already. Not the higher time frame trade, just the session trade. Then you're definitely at TP now, which is nice to see. Depends on the risk you want to take. If you are going to take that type of risk, then yeah, beginning of month is going to be the one to do it. It's going to be the one to do it. As you have the whole month ahead. I wouldn't do that type of stuff end of month. You kind of mess yourself up. But this one would have played out. So interesting to note on a Monday, counter bias today was the move for London. I would consider that the move, you know. What about people who trade on 1 second or 2 second time frame? Yeah, if you're watching people who trade 1 second, 2 second time frame, then and you give them their money, that's the only way they make money. Hi, why did you not take the break of structure on GU even if it's a bullish bias? Because counter trend sells are and counter bias sells are something I don't really do too much here. I'm quite a bias heavy trader, and I don't want to take that risk for myself here. I mean, I did say it's an option if you want to take it. I was looking for higher time frame. I still am, and my entry will come on the retest here once I have confirmation now of the 1 hour breaking down below. And I still do think that you could break these highs first. You know, it's just bias. No, it's trend as well, man. At the time we had very heavy higher highs and higher lows here, right? We can see us pushing up 30-minute high highs, high lows. This change of structure here is only an internal change of structure, not an external change of structure. You actually don't break the 1 hour uptrend until somewhere here. Then you break it. Very interesting on gold, huh? 555. No, not even one bullish 5-minute candle. So heavy selling from that 45. You can see a lot of people are just using any form of pullbacks as opportunity to take money out of gold here, right? Because you don't even see relief. It's not like as price goes down, people are buying it up to try get into positions. No, you're seeing 5 minutes close back to back bearish. This 5-minute looks like a news candle. Guys, giveaway. I think the giveaway was out, huh? Giveaway results. Damn. Congrats to these two here. You'll be DMing. I'll be DMing you. Congrats. You have won 1 month of Tradesharpe exclusive. So this is sick. You'll be able to get access to our exclusive group here, man. You can trade with me live. Join the New York sessions now. You can join the New York chats. Get feedback on your trades. Speak to me on Zoom. Post-session discussion. You get the community, the journal tab. You get all of that good stuff now. All of the content, webinars. So yeah, amazing. Congrats to both of you, Liam and Kenzie. I'll be DMing you after stream here. Please do not accept it. Actually no. I'll be DMing you. Please verify that it is the correct Tradesharpe. Very important to verify it is the correct Tradesharpe. My name will only be Tradesharpe, and of course I'll not tell you to buy anything. I'll be sending you the access code, not the access, but the access link to the exclusive group. So cool. Congrats. More giveaways this week next week actually, as we come close to V4 launching of Pip Labs, we'll do a big giveaway as well, but I'll tell you instructions for that giveaway. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram for all of that stuff. All of that stuff is going to be announced on Instagram. We'll keep it like that. So make sure you're following up. Put that link for you guys to make your life easier. Right, GU starting that pullback phase, right? We're starting the pullback phase on GU, so lower high type formation here would be great. What happened with USD JPY XAU? Did it end up pushing up or what? Or just fail here? Yeah. No momentum. Needs to retest. See if DAX is creating support. Try to popped up here. I think maybe buys back inside this range here might be also good. Oops. See how that looks on a 15. Yeah. Be a watch zone. Some 5-minute structure being created here. We should be able to push through this 5-minute structure maybe if this closes bearish. Is gold ranging? I wouldn't consider it ranging, but yes, it is inside of a range for sure. Like we just popped up to the... Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say you're wrong. You know, it is ranging, yeah. We're definitely not trending, right? Give me a sec, I'm gonna go generate some liquidity. I'll be back. Unexpected. To pip that. So this is where long wicks are important. Now we shouldn't go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, Claudio looks like he's drinking some sus liquidity there, man. I'm telling you what. Looks pretty sus. Look. Long wicks are important. I don't like to take long wicks. I don't like to be involved too much with, long wicks. It's something you possess in the markets. You have to possess a long wick, not a nipple wick, right? It's not something you mess with. You get what I'm saying? Read between the lines. Between the lines. Right, gold bouncing. How's DAX doing? DAX turned around here. It's a shame DAX turned around, to be honest. I wanted to take these buys here with bias. Wanted to take these buys, but that's still a possibility here. We'll see. GJ is creating a support nevertheless. We are trying to create a support on GJ. Or not. We'll see, we'll see. GU, oh wow, look at GU's move here. This is what I was talking about, this pullback, right? So this is what can create opportunity right now. Right, nice pullback we've been forming here on GU, coming back now. So if this wants to fake out and drive bullish, we'll not be involved. If we can create resistance now, that's going to be the move. That's going to be the move for sells that we're talking about, right? So this is what I was talking. This pullback, you don't know when it could have happened. Like today, you had enough to definitely take profits for sure, but it could have happened where you would technically expect it to happen, which would be like at the previous 4-hour support, right? So you'd expect it to happen there because that is an area of interest where it can happen, right? So that's how that kind of works, but this obviously pushed a little bit more. No setup 4 on GU. Yeah, listen, you're not wrong here, huh? Bias is bullish here, you're not wrong. I have to say that. It's a little bit deep, to be honest, if you look at that close here. Liquidity grab to the lows here. GJ might set up for some sort of buys here. Just trying to think, do we want buys above 500? Or do we want buys from here to 500? It's in my plan, waited for it like Jesus coming. Let's see what's in your plan. Oh, this is GU? Oh fuck, all of your attachments have now disappeared. Seasonality? Yeah, seasonality is cool now to see seasonality. Buys above, yeah. If that can just chill for you, would be perfect. I do agree with it. You're following bias. I can't really fault you with that. The only problem is watch if it rolls over at 5-minute resistance. Like starts to fail. Man, this needs to chill here. 46 seconds to close. We're pushing pretty heavy here. How big is stops? Oh, bigger now. If it closes at 500, we need to buy above 500 here. 27 pips for 17. Man, I can't take that. That's not enough reward for me here to get to max target here. Unless I'm... Actually, well, what we can take is if a 5-minute now pulls back. Listen, if this closes like this and 5 minute can pull back and create some sort of high low in 5 minute, we should be in. Well, not we. There's no we in trading. I should be in. Thunder, I would look for more of a pullback, not a thunder, because regardless if there's a thunder or not, stop loss would still be the same as you're expecting to play out the 15-minute move. So for me, I'll be looking for just a pullback and then take like a setup 2 on 5. So now we have the 15-minute, because there's no 5-minute structure, right, in terms of higher lows, or this could by all means be a lower high, you know. So if we can come back down and then create a support, or even if it's a strong bullish candle, you just take that at the bullish candle break of high, expect it to break 500 and continue. Right now, if this just flips and goes, it doesn't really make sense to take a buy because of your stop loss has to be below the 15-minute low, and your target here is only 17 pips. It's just not worth it. And we can't put smaller stop loss because you can only save your stop loss by maybe 4 pips here, and it's still not worth it because there's no structure. So that's what the 5-minute will be creating right now, is structure. See what gold is saying. How did DAX close here as well? So DAX actually did create the support we wanted here. Hey, if DAX can close bullish on the 5 here, might be interesting, to be honest. 3 minutes for that. That might be interesting on DAX actually. Change of structure for buys. Let's see. DAX setup 2, yeah, almost. But I prefer to see the 5-minute close bullish above. Nice little fake out to the downside, you know. Have you seen the giveaway results? Yes. See if DAX wants to close above. If it doesn't, we have to wait. See what GJ is doing in the meantime. Is it giving us that pullback? It's working on it. Yeah, 1 minute for this 5 minute to close bearish. Start that pullback we want. I noticed, oh no, I can't. On Geo, I noticed big candle, then a weak one in same direction means no continuation, even though it's a setup, like now in 5 minutes. Agreed. Agreed. This is what my worry is for Geo, like a lower high on the 5 minute. Because this is like an indecision candle, right? So this is where you can get the same setup we're looking for on GJ, where you get the higher low here. Right, this could also create the higher low and then trigger the buys. Or this will create the resistance here, even though it didn't really tap the 5. I don't know if we can consider that tapped. It did definitely tap 1 minute resistances and stuff. Overall interesting. DAX isn't gonna close bullish here above, so unless 31-second madness happens, which I don't like if it happens all in 31 seconds, but still valid. What would 1 minute have to do to make this valid? So you'd have to get like a 1 minute absolute piece of candle here. Alright, so DAX is closing below. Let's see what GJ did. Right, GJ closed at 5 bearish. We did almost retest the support here. Let's see what happens. Gold sells. Man, too much going on, too much going on. I don't know, I need to focus on 1 or 2 pairs here right now. Now, I'd say the gold sells are the riskiest out of everything because you're selling into support here. So if you're going to take something, then I would say, I mean, yeah, it could work out here, but it's at support, right? You see? Right, this is the retest we wanted. Let's see what it can do from here. If this flips from here, I wonder if we can just run current candle stops, 12 pips. And rely on that 5-minute low, rely on the 5-minute low being the support. I don't dislike the idea of that, especially if that was to flip, 5-minute would create a support from here. So we'll keep that in mind here, we'll keep that in mind and see what's up. DAX trying to get back inside of the range. Tough spot. I really wanted to trade to that range. Get a close above here, trade 2 here, and then see what happens. Stop loss here is about 20 points. Let's see how far that resistance is. 8 points, 10 points, 14 points, and 23 to the 4 hour. I don't think it'll close above, we'll see. Yeah, closing below on DAX as well. See what GJ did. GJ respecting 5-minute support. So this is where it's do or die for GJ. Do or die for GJ. If this 15-minute closes like this, you need to look for another 15-minute. Then your buys will come above 500. That means GU would probably have pushed down by now. Yeah, that's unlucky. So I guess we didn't get all the way up here. Where would you put stops? Not sure. Not sure where you put stops. If you're looking for the sells here on the close back above, you can't really put stops here at this high because that's exactly where it wants to break to go up. So I'd say maybe above this candle wick here. Confusing when it's counter bias, because this could be the move that was going to give you the move back up before later continuing down. Would be a good sell, but counter trend. The 5 wouldn't be a good sell even if we were following trend because of stop loss placement. Unless it fully retested the 5, but this came very close to retesting. So it becomes complex situation there. Gold rejection from the support. Yep, it did reject the support. It's sitting at that support. It is sitting at that support. So it's trying to make up its mind, right? This is why we said sells don't make sense at this support. Sells don't make sense. GJ moving down here through this area. So we kept safe from the buys, right? We kept safe from the buys. We didn't trigger it too early. We identified that this could be the lower high that comes through. But it was all conflicting. That's what's driving GU down. So GU was actually a driver for also, I mean, yeah, GU was a driver for also GJ here. GU making a very beautiful top wick here and now continuing down. Now this looks solid, man. This looks solid for higher time frame positionings to continue down. But I'm not worried because once this 4-hour closes like this also gives opportunities, because 4-hour close like this in 1 hour, next candles can pull back and then continue down bearish. And that's probably what I can look to take. I'm not going to sell continuation right now. I feel like I'm late to the party. If I wanted to sell for a session, I should have been up. I should have just ripped this one maybe, but this is not following my plan. It's just trying to take a little bit of a gamble here, I feel. Because, you know, half of the people looking for buys here, if price was to fake out back in the range, continue bullish, you could also argue sells. And when you have an argument between two sides, you know, when you have an argument between having two sides, then it's always the way where you have to, you know, where you have to just say as a trader, hey, this is randomness that I need to avoid because this is what's going to cause me to lose. Especially playing a bit on the back foot this week with elections tomorrow, FOMC this week, mostly elections with USD pairs. It's just interesting to see what are they going to do, you know, like we opened up on a massive gap on USD. So it's interesting. I wonder if price will just keep dumping and we could just sell the 15. What is that? 15 pip stop. Pretty big for GU, to be honest. Sell for the gap fill. Sell for the gap fill and just take a session trade, because now we technically have break of second structure. DAX also rejecting that resistance. So again, you need some 5 closing above that resistance for buys to make sense. Wow. Gap up. So GJ drove back down to the bottom of the range. Yeah, gonna take a while before some setups come through here. Probably another hour or so. Failed to close below here on GU here. Could be the start of a support creation that can maybe lead into another lower high and give us an entry here as well. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. We do have this previous range here as well. That's what we tapped on the wick. So we'll see, we'll see. Hi, will the elections affect London session? The elections won't affect London session directly. It will just affect potential traders' volatility, right? Because we see a lot of people, of course, close positions as we come into elections, which is the reason we saw such sell-offs on gold. Why we saw on Friday, we saw massive sell-offs on a lot of assets. And this is what's happened. This is what's happened, right? Missed trades today. What did you miss, brother? Unlucky for you, unlucky for you. You need to make sure whenever you miss a trade to go back and see why was it that you missed it. Did you hesitate? What was the reason? See, for me, if I was to review my session, pretty simple, straightforward. I saw some options, not really options I wanted to take, and you know, I can review that. Apart from that, you know, it's I waited very patiently and didn't get triggered. DAX, we're looking for buys. Buys didn't come through, would have hit stop loss. GBP JPY, we saw the support creation. We said, can we? This is why we waited for the 5. You know how many people would have just taken buys here? Lost a trade, right? So you're taking a lot of unnecessary losses by disrespecting the plan, right? Because you would have bought straight into 500, which we know is a deadly thing to do. You know, and oh, today it plays out, but long term you're losing, right? So we said, let's get the higher low here. Let's get the higher low and we take buys. Sells, we're not really looking at that as an option for sells on GJ today, as first of all, not much range to sell. Second of all, bias was damn bullish. You know? So this is all what we were considering here, But I'm going to wait for my setups here. So I'm going to trade with the guys in the exclusive here. We'll see what ends up happening. Little setup 3 happening on 30-minute on GU. I'd love to see some sort of thunderstorm or something to form here before you take that, if you're going to trade it for the session for sells. Yeah, I'd highly recommend waiting for something like that. At least it will allow you. Again, your stop loss will have to be based on 15, so you need to run the full target here. Counter bias. Bias can still play out. I know it sounds crazy, but there's probabilities to this, and it really can still play out. So just be careful, man. Just be careful. You don't know when, but it can. So be careful with that. I would say if I get a 15-minute candle closing below here, can start to open up some options. Obviously, I'm going to be looking for more pullbacks. Just try to get it. If this 4-hour can close bearish like this, then I'm basically going to be okay for NY, and that's where my GU sell is going to come from. Catch a pretty straightforward sell. Any top wicks in NY are going to give me the opportunity to sell, and yeah, that's how that will work here, you know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if bias plays true here, if we get a quick move up first before moving down, and we'll take it from there. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Keep discipline. I'll see you guys tomorrow for election day. Let's get it. Let's see what this week's bring for us. We need to continue our momentum. Solid week last week. Let's run it into this week and see what happens. Don't ruin yourself beginning of the month. Make sure to keep confidence high, and appreciate everyone showing up. Hopefully tomorrow we catch something nice in the morning and can get on with our day for election day. So we'll see what ends up happening. But again, it's election day. I come in tomorrow with no expectation. We learn something tomorrow. We learn how price action looked, you know. So let's see what happens. Take care, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Leave a subscribe so you show up tomorrow on time. And yeah, take care all, and peace. See you all. See you.